Hi guys, it's your girl Chrissy and welcome back to my channel, CRYSSY'S Lifestyle. Now guys, first off, I want to say thank you so much for the continuous support. Thank you for liking my videos. Thank you for commenting on my videos. Thank you for the love and support that you guys are showing me so far. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So guys, for this video, I am going to be talking about a very sensitive topic. The reason I decided to do this talk, guys, is because of the fact that of lately, a lot of persons are coming out in the media sharing their experience, sharing their experience about what they've gone through, the hurt that they're enduring or have endured for so long. And guys, I just think this is irrelevant talk, I've seen one of my favorite dancehall artists, Tanya Stevens. She came out the other day talking about the hurtful situation that she went through as a child coming up in the music industry. And I saw a clipping of Maka Diamond. She went live and she was talking about her hurtful situation as well. And just last night, one of my favorite fitness instructor, Sean T, he posted his hurtful situation as well. And I'm thinking to myself, when does it stop? Does it have to happen? And there are so many persons who are suffering in silence, so many persons who are going through so much hurt and pain, and they feel like there's no one to talk to about it, and they continue to battle with themselves every day, to battle the pain that they're going through and the hurt that they're feeling. And the thing about it is, this usually started from a very young age, from they were a child coming up, So I want to talk about protecting our children from all the hurt, all the pain, and all the suffering that they can possibly go through in life. It is our duty as parents to ensure that we protect our children no matter what, no matter the cost. We ought to protect them. It is our responsibility. Our children ought to feel safe with us. They ought to feel comfortable enough to come to us and talk to us about any and everything. We are to create that environment, build that bond with your child, where your child knows that mommy and daddy have my back at all times, and therefore they are comfortable to come and say anything at all to you. It is also our responsibility as parents to ensure that we educate our child from a very young age, teach them about certain things, teach them about inappropriate touch, and let them know that it is not okay for someone to touch you inappropriately. It doesn't matter who, and if this should happen, you need to come and say something, right? And oftentimes, this hurt comes from persons who are close to us. Persons, sometimes family members or close friends of the family, and the child may report it. And because of the fact that as adults, we want to protect the family name, or we want to protect the family, and therefore we don't report it, we don't take the necessary steps that we are supposed to, because we don't want to bring down shame and disgrace on the family, so to speak. But at the end of the day, the child is suffering and we allow it to go on. We allow it to continue, or we allow the person to continue having a close relationship with our child, right? And we have to understand that even though they are children, they have feelings. And let me tell you guys something. Children don't forget anything at all. So whatever you say to them, whatever you do to them, they are going to remember it and they're going to live with it for life. And these experiences, they scar you for life, right? And as adults, it creates broken adults in society. It creates adults who lack confidence in themselves. It creates adults who feel like they're worthless or they're good for nothing just because of the situation that they have gone through, right? So going through the situation, having nobody to talk to, because sometimes when these things happen to you, you ask yourself, who is going to believe me? As Tanya Stevens said, if she's to report what happened to her, who is going to believe her? Especially if she's to state who did that to her. Who is going to believe her? Right? Because this person is a respectable person in society. Everybody loves him. He's a person everybody looks up to, everybody loves. So as a child, going to make such a report on him, who is actually going to believe her? And I'm saying to us that as parents or children don't need to think twice as to whether or not we are going to believe them. And we need to ensure that we know the whereabouts of our children at all times, know what they're doing, know the company in which they are, because as the saying in Jamaica goes, show me a company and I'll tell you who you are, because sometimes it is company that causes things to happen, right? So you're at a particular place and your friends influence you, and next thing you're being taken advantage of. And it is not right. It is not right. And when these things happen, there must be somewhere we can turn to. And then people remain silent because of the fear of discrimination. What is going to be said about them? Who is going to point finger on them, right? Again, Tanya Stevens said after the incident took place, she was being discriminated. Person would see her and point her out and say, hey, that's the girl that did whatever too. And this is hurtful because remember, she's already suffering the pain. And then to go out there and have people discriminate her, people judging her, it is sad. It is a very sad situation, a very hurtful situation. And she's an adult now. And even when she talks about it, you can still hear the pain in her voice. So as parents, we have to ensure that we are there for our children. We are there to protect them at all times. Because at the end of the day, when these things happen to them, it is going to scar them. And there are a lot of persons out there who are going through so many things, and you see them every day, and you would never know what they're going through unless they say something. Some of them become adults who take any and everything from anybody. So they take the hurtful words that you say to them. They take the hurtful words because in their head they're probably thinking, oh, I've been hearing this from when I was a child, that I am worthless, I am good for nothing, I will not be anything good in society. And they take this negative criticism and they live with it, they believe it. And therefore they become adults who are weak-willed, weak-minded, and they don't think much of themselves. And so they find themselves in relationships that continue to foster the hurt and the pain. And at this time, I want to say to someone out there who is going through this that it's not too late for you to make a change. It's not too late for you to rise above your situation. Seek the help, get the therapy that you need to heal. Seek the help and try to move forward from it. I know it's not going to be easy, but I am just encouraging you to make an effort to step out of your situation, to know that you are above your situation. You can rise above the hurt. You can rise above the pain. And you don't have to keep reliving this type of situation every day, right? There are some persons you may say hurtful things to, or you may tell them that they're worthless, they're not coming out to anything good, and they use this as a motivation. They use this to motivate themselves, to push themselves, to tell themselves that, listen, regardless of what this person say, I am going to get up every day, I'm going to push myself, and I am going to prove them wrong. So they get up every day and they work at it, they push themselves, they motivate themselves, and they rise above their situation. And I know sometimes the hurt that we go through, it comes from the person who is supposed to love us, the person who is supposed to protect us, the person who is supposed to be there for us at all times. And parents, we need to believe our children when they tell us things. We need to believe them. Have faith in them and believe them. Parents ought to know their children, what they're capable of and all of these things. So if the child come and say, Tom did this, I don't see why we need to shout at the child or tell the child that he or she is lying and Tom would never do such a thing. But instead, investigate the matter. Investigate the matter and take care of your child. Let your child know that they can come to you and say anything to you, because chances are if something else should happen, out of fear and out of the fact that you did not believe them the first time, they're not going to say anything. And so they continue suffering in silence. They go through suffering in silence, enduring all the hurt and the pain by themselves. Right? And also, I know that in society, we have to learn to be our biggest cheerleaders. We have to motivate ourselves. We have to push ourselves on a daily basis. And as children, I don't think a child is too young to motivate and push themselves. So as parents, we have to teach that. We have to teach that to them from a very young age, that you have to push yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you can do this. And you can do anything that you put your mind to. And then as parents, you have to be their biggest motivator. You have to be their biggest cheerleader. You have to motivate them all the way. Just motivate them, push them, and speak positivity over them. Speak positivity over their lives. So it doesn't matter what the situation is. They know that they can rise above it, and something positive can come out of the situation. And this will assist the children in having self-confidence. This will assist them in loving and appreciating themselves, because once you love and appreciate yourself, you teach a person how to treat you. Because a person who love and appreciate themselves will not find themselves in a situation where they are stuck with someone who is going to tell them hurtful things or deal with them a certain way to constantly hurt them. Because the minute you check the person in their track and say, listen, I don't like this, I don't like when you do this, then that person, if they value your feelings, then they will make an effort to change. Repeat that. And it won't become a cycle. But when you allow it to happen and you accept it because you think that this is what I deserve, or this is my worth, then it's going to continue happening. And then as parents, we have to ensure that we instill in our children from a very young age that they are valuable, that they are lovable, and that you love and care for them, and that you will be there for them no matter what the circumstances are. We have to ensure that we know the taxi our children are traveling with. If you're sending them to school using a taxi service, do the necessary background check. If you're going to be sending your child to church, who are you sending your child to church with? If you're leaving your child for a second, who are you leaving your child with? Do the necessary background check. Ensure that you know the person your child is around, because we know that we have a lot of perverts out there, and they come in all forms. So they will come nice and friendly and everything appearing to be as genuine as possible. But when you check it out, they are perverts. You're not going to see the word perverts on their forehead, but you have to take the necessary precaution, and you have to ensure that you are there for your child. You have to ensure that you protect your child. It is your duty, your responsibility to protect your child, to love your child, to listen to your child, to motivate your child, and to speak positivity in your child. It is your responsibility. It is your responsibility to listen to your child. Listen to your child. Because sometimes that is all they need, someone to listen. Just listen. Think about it. Why would your child come and say this if this didn't happen? Think about it. All right? And I know some of you listening, you may have gone through situations, or you may still be going through situation. And I want for you guys to just leave a comment down below. Let me know how you deal with your situation, or how are you still coping with your situation. Leave a word of encouragement for someone out there who may be going through a similar situation. You know, give this video a thumbs up, like this video, share this video, and if you're watching and you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, guys. I hope this video actually motivates someone. I hope this video actually reach the ears of someone who actually needs to hear it. All right, guys, stay safe, and remember to like, share, and subscribe.